It's what no one wants to see. A shirtless man pushing a baby carriage with a ghost baby. Up and Down for Par, featuring Vorian Attraides on the Minutemen Media Network. See him here, warming up on one, tossing an imaginary disc and doing a big point into the sky like it's a big pizza pie. Stepping up to hole one, he's got his gorgeous burnt orange second run Sublime Freetail, and he lets it go. A nice little flat, straight shot right in between those protected trees where he wants to be. From the second circle, here he is with a backhand, giving himself a nice placement about 10-12 feet away from the basket. And he puts it in for par. On the second hole here, we get a different look. Vorian going forehand. Scoots it right in there between those protected trees, giving him another circle two second shot. Gotta stay with the forehand here. Little piggy, little Ricky Wysocki glow prig. And he drops it right in there. Comes in. Oh, looks like he's going a little wide. Camera pans in, leaving himself an edge of circle putt. 12 to 15 foot putt. Likes to do the head touching thing. Makes him really focus his mind on the disc. And there he goes. He puts it down. Checking out some gopher holes there. Gophers. And Elizabethtown coffee. Elizabethtown coffee. It's the official coffee of Gophers. We're about to get up and down for par with Minutemen Media and Vorian Attraides.
Word up. What's up, Vorian?
How we doing today, Phil? How's Minutemen Media Land?
Minutemen Media Land has been very busy. Very glad about that. I've been talking to a lot of people. It's like more work's coming our way. That's always great. And you know, disc golf is fun. So that's
golf is fun.
It is fun. Disc golf is fun.
So nothing brewing per se over at Minutemen Media?
Well, we do have our Ethiopian coffee that will be coming out later this month.
Elizabethtown coffee.
It's gonna be roasted to order. Unless you buy it if we're at a event, we will have bagged coffee, obviously, but that would be roasted within a day or two of the event. So you're always going to get the freshest coffee from Elizabethtown Coffee and Minutemen Media. And it's Ethiopian coffee. So, you know, if you need to wake up, you're good. And if allergies kill you,
I can tell you, Phil sometimes needs to wake up.
if you take Benadryl, now these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, but if you take Benadryl and you need to wake up because you have horrible allergies like I do, Ethiopian coffee, that's the way to go.
So we were recently hanging out at Oak Ridge Park in Clark, New Jersey, an excellent converted golf course to disc golf course.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. We went there on Friday, I believe, and we played the short tees just to get a feel for the course. And then we showed up on Saturday to film the Oak Ridge Park tag match, and we got a murderer's row lineup to film. Well, if it's a not like on the Northeast, you're almost like blown away by the openness of it.
Okay.
So some people almost might not like how open it is because it gives a lot of fairness to people who aren't really accurate with their shots. But the flip side of that is me and Harley was sort of discussing a little bit in our video, and it then came to bite him back on the his only double bogey hole of the day, is if you do have a good shot out there, but if you don't get that fade right, it really gets you into trouble. And there are a couple of really nice mandos there. A lot of the baskets are protected by very mature 100 to 200-year-old trees. And you can bomb it out there 300, but if you don't get that last 30 feet fade, then you're not getting a birdie.
Yeah, unless you're zooming. You're watching Minutemen Media.
House.
Check out some of the finest coffee that North Jersey has to offer. Elizabethtown Coffee Co. Only available where the finest coffees are sold. From Minutemen Media. Oak Ridge is a new course, so it doesn't really have an official rating, but I feel with under par performances by all three of you that those were close to 980 to 1020 rounds, in my opinion.
I wouldn't give them that high. I would maybe say anywhere from 9. I think probably Kyle had like a 960 to 970 rated at being at 6 under. Mine was probably close to like the high 940s to 950s.
Okay.
And then, you know, I think they'd probably be like 910 to 920 for the, I'm thinking at that course, par's probably going to be about 900.
Okay. Due to the openness of it?
The lightness of difficulty. I mean, they have a lot of great pin positions that require, you know, a lot of protection around the basket that you have to get like specific shots in. But for the most part of it, the course is a bomber's course. So if you've got a big arm, you're going to do really well, you know. And then even if you don't have a big arm, you can still do well if you've got, you know, a good middle game.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of gives for enough for everybody. The big guys that like to do bombs can have fun on the course, and so can guys that don't have big arms. You know, it's still fun enough, you know, to where they have the good lines that you can set yourself in position for next good shots.
Yeah. Because I was looking at it, and my feel was like, oh, you could come here as a bomber, but if you can't control your fade at the end of your bomb, you're going to be leaving yourself in a bunch of bad positions where you're going to need a big second shot just to get back to par.
Yeah, but that's not much true for this course. I mean, I would say like if you went to a wooded course and you had that kind of situation, you would have a lot harder time staying with the par than on a course that's as open as Oak Ridge is.
Cool.
You know, I mean, that's just like if you watch the pros play, you're going to see a lot more lower scores on the golf courses than you are going to see like at the Fort or something. You know, it's a lot tighter. You got to be more perfection. You know, you have to hit specific lines or lay up at certain situations, you know, to keep that score low.
And that's for those of you who don't know, disc golf calibrates its rating scores to courses and conditions on each individual day. So you could shoot 1,000 on Oak Ridge one day and then 2 weeks later have the same score, and it wouldn't necessarily be 1,000 rated round.
That's correct.
And talk about fading out not exactly where you wanted to. That happened to Harley twice, and one time it bit him, and the other time he got out of it pretty good. What was that like? Was that with hole 3 or which one was that? I think it was hole 3. He was under that tree, and he got out real nice.
He was under a tree a couple of times that day.
Yeah, and one bit him, and one he got.
Parents both nailed the front of the rim to go par.
Yeah,
where they both had excellent birdie chances, and that's good placement. That's one of those things 5 feet to the left or right would make a good deal, but that's where you want to be in a general area. The one later on in the back 9 where he was under the tree is where he didn't want to be.
Yes. Now let's talk about Terry. I mean, watching Terry, and I've been editing a lot of videos. His putting is really, really tight. And what I mean by that is he kind of comes out like a fencer. So his explosion through it really puts a disc through a very small window, and he keeps it there. So it's pretty accurate. I mean, he was right on all day. He wasn't really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he was very accurate all day. I think it's one part is I think it's because he only has the one arm slot, and he almost putts the way he drives, where he just sits there and tosses it out
it's like a fence. It's like
one arm spot helps to perfect your release.
And that's
what I was most surprised by him is his highest speed disc was a leopard. Like with the way he was throwing, I thought those were some like 8 through 10 discs in his bag, and I think he would benefit from that because a couple of times he threw that leopard, threw it with too much force, and you saw it just continue to spill understable, where a 9 or 11 speed with the same fade and turn numbers wouldn't have done that.
let's get to our winner, Kyle. He got the number 2 tag.
Kyle Fairbanks, yep, neg 6 got the number 2 tag. Number 1 tag was not in play.
Yep. He had a great drive, very, very accurate. He set himself up well on his second shot. And you know what? His putting was solid. He had a couple that he would have liked back, but I mean, he would have killed that course. And I think he wanted to go -9. I think he felt he
Or
could have.
if you look at the U-disc, he's got the top 4 or 5 scores for that course, and they're all around that neg 8 to neg 5 region. So yeah, like on a day, like there were a couple of times where the putt just kicked out of the basket, and he did everything. He did everything right, perfect.
Everything
So
right. And the third one of those was just under the lip. I mean, he had 3. He had one that bounced off the top. He had one that hit off the lip, and then he had another one.
He had one that went in and out, hit the change, hit the post, and got kicked out on.
Yeah, and I mean that's unfortunate because you know he nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's an unfortunate. It's part of the game, you know, and a fraction of strength here or there, a spin here or there might have changed those, but then it might have not had him close either. You know, you don't know. So, what was your favorite hole on that course?
I like 17 and I like 1 a lot, but a lot of the holes are really similar.
Yeah.
So hole 1 has about 7 holes that are really similar. It's 200 to 250 out there with a basket protected by some mature trees at the end.
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they'll be cleaning up a ton on 7, one of the only wooded holes left. That'll be going away. And you should all get out there. It's a great course. There's a bunch of great people, and they'll have tag match Saturday morning, I believe at 9 o'clock. They'll be doing the cleanup right after that. So it's a great chance to come out, play tag match, get yourself a tag, get yourself a ranking in there, meet a bunch of cool guys, and then help clean up the course.
Excellent. Excellent. I will actually be there too.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Special appearance by Minutemen Media. You might even get to be on our next film if you come help clean up.
Yeah, if you come help clean up, I will be bringing my phone camera. I will be actually be cleaning up. But I will be taking some videos and pictures, and we will be airing them. For anybody who hasn't seen, we did an interview with Brian Harley Davidson. Very interesting character. Very much more of an athlete than he thinks he is.
Definitely more of an athlete than he gives himself credit for.
Very unique style of disc golf, but he's very proficient at it, and like it only seems to be. It looks like it's going to get better and better and better. I mean, he's somebody to watch.
I would think he's somebody to watch. Yeah, I think he's going to make noise. I mean, he's one of the older players, and that's what we like here, being who we are, is some of the older players.
Exactly.
But he's over 900. He's got 3 second-place finishes this year. I think he's got 8 in the top 5.
Yep.
Like he's going to win some tournaments soon, and not just an MA 40. He's going to win an open tournament here and there, not a problem.
Every single person that I've reached out to trying to expand our coverage is either known him or been like, oh, that guy's got a unique style, or oh, that guy's fun to play with. So
he's dominant forehand.
Yeah.
And he's dominant forehand with the dominant forehand. Like a lot of players eventually start to abandon the forehand just because of the rewards of the backhand game, more accuracy, more distance, everything like that. But with his baseball background, and I believe he played the outfield, that's just like such an easy shot for him to make with the discs he uses with 300 to 400 feet of distance all day. So
absolutely,
why not do that?
Some of the things where you might have throw a roller to go under, he can go over a limb of a tree and get relatively the same accuracy, maybe even better. Like he was talking about a drop that he made last Sunday, right?
His summer tomahawk game was on point.
It was.
Just one of those players, they played center field because of the way they throw that shot.
It's his knuckles are white when it's coming out of his hands.
Yeah.
So it's
basketball players that become disc golfers don't throw that shot. Gorgeous walking paths, gorgeous place to have a picnic, tons of areas to hang out after your game.
Yes, and
tons
they have
of benches to relax on, a good amount of garbage cans. All you disc golfers be picking up your garbage and putting it where it goes, no butts on the ground. And Oak Ridge Park is a good park that has enough garbage cans around that you're not hanging on to it for too long.
Oh, so another announcement on 7/11/2021, Sunday, 9 a.m. There's a work day at the Grove to prep tees for concrete, digging, leveling, etc. If you're free, you can contact Howardson Ford on Facebook. Just PM him for the details, questions, location. It is in Monmouth County, but that's all we're allowed to tell you.
Do you like secrets? The Grove.
Simon's in the house. It's our last chance to win the ace spot.
I was just gonna say, like, oh, if that's your shit drive, I'll take it.